What's going on, y'all? So, y'all getting my thoughts like fresh off the wake up today. So I woke up. I woke up. I woke up and I went. My alarm went off and I laid down. I laid back down for a second, like 20 minutes, just because I was like tired and I was like in contemplation when I woke up. And then I checked my phone, which I normally don't do. I don't usually check my phone, but I checked it just because I was having some conversations with like some people yesterday, and I was just like, let me see if they hit me back, because I did wake up kind of late today. So I went there and I checked my phone, and when I put my phone back down, I asked myself, what am I serving? Like, what am I doing? In a sense, what am I serving, and why am I allowing myself to deviate from the routine that has brought me progress? Why am I allowing myself to do that? So in a sense, I was asking myself, what am I serving? What am I doing? And what's more important? Like, am I serving God or am I serving distraction? Am I serving purpose or am I serving distraction? And the reason that was so heavy in my mind was because, like I said, I allowed myself to deviate from the path that I know has given me the most results, right? It starts me off with a positive, foundation to my day, right? And I immediately put it back down and I didn't get too deep into it. I sent those just a couple messages back, and I put my phone back down, and it's still on do not disturb. But I remember a couple years ago, a friend of mine told me, he was like, I can't remember exactly how he said it or the exact words he used, but basically, hold on, that's my timer. I'm making some tea, I gotta turn the water off. But basically he told me that, like I said, I don't remember the exact words he used, but he told me that, I guess, digression or kind of that slippery slope of negative, with like backtracking, like bad habits creeping back in, they start very small. They don't just come back in. You don't just have one day where everything changes back to the way it used to the way that it used to be, but you have the opportunity to slack and to kind of head back in that direction of the place that you used to be, and the place that you don't really want to be anymore. And these little events will happen and they'll be small, but that one misstep, if you allow it to, can lead to, okay, here, lack of discipline here. It's like, I'll give you a gym reference, of course. You've been making progress, right? You've been making progress. You've gone 5 days a week for 5 weeks in a row. Then on that 6th week, you decide, hey, I'm going to take a day off, right? I'm going to take a day off. And then it's like you go the next day after that. And then it's like, well, I just got it in yesterday. And I have been getting it in for the last 5 weeks, so I can take a day off. So you take a day off, and then something comes up and it's like, oh, I got to take another day off. So now you've taken 3 days off within the week, right? So it's just being conscious of those things that present themselves as potentially being destructive to your path. And that's something that I was thinking about as I woke up. I was like, nah, cause I can't do this, and I have to make sure. That's why I made this video now, because I want to make sure, okay, I allow myself that moment of negativity, or I kind of like slipped into it, and in my mind it's negative. Some people may look at it as, oh, you just looked at your phone and sent some text messages to people you were going to talk to anyway. But in my mind, it's like, no, that's a negative, that's a negative, because I did something that was aside from my path that I know I'm supposed to be on. I know that I need to give my attention like to myself and to God as soon as I get up, and making sure that I'm aligning myself before I even step into the world. That's what I want to make sure that I'm doing, and not just allowing myself to feed the needs of other people, or anything else. I have to make sure that I'm whole before I step out into the world and not give from an empty cup. I have an established routine that I wake up and do that fulfills me and makes me make sure that I'm in alignment, and deviating from that, I know that has the potential, if I allow it to to take me down the wrong path and ultimately create a slippery slope within my life that leads me right back to the place that I've already been. I wasn't watching it, but I saw a clip of The Matrix yesterday, and I posted her to my socials. And it was at the beginning when Trinity and Neo were in the car, and the girl had the gun to his chest, and Neo was about to get out the car, and they showed him the road, and then she basically told him, "Don't, like, you've been down that road before, Neo, and you know how it ends, and I know that's not where you want to be." So that really, I'm getting chills thinking about it now, because I've done that in my life before. I've had opportunities to do certain things, and I've done them, but it didn't lead me to where I wanted to go. Or I've gone out of my way to do certain things, and it didn't lead me to where I wanted to go. And then I've done it over and over and over again. And they say that's the definition of insanity, is to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. So I'm not going to allow myself. I've come to the point of realization where I was like, okay, I can't do certain things anymore, because I know how it goes. It's to the point where some things are just predictable, whether it be in my situation or in someone else's situation. I can see the outcome before it happens, just because I've had a lot of experience. I've bumped my head way too many times. So I'm not going to allow myself to go down this path when I know how it's going to end, right? And I'm only setting myself up for further devastation, which is going to drive me into a state of negativity, to where I start picking up negative habits. And I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for myself. I don't want to continuously allow myself to be disappointed when I know what's going on. I see the play before it happens, but yet we still allow ourselves to be disappointed out of some type of hope that the things are going to change, but we can't change anything if we're not changing ourselves. And by changing ourselves, we make the conscious decision to go in a different direction, and then we may get the outcome that we're looking for. It may not be within the situation that we thought we wanted it in, but it'll be in a situation that's more fitted for us, because it'll be involved with things that are in alignment with the person that we are becoming, and not the person that we were, right? Because the person that you were, that has the tendency to go after things that there's no foreseeable possible outcome, the outcome, especially if you've gone through it so many times, that person that you were in those moments isn't operating at the level or operating in accordance to what the positive outcome that you would like to be produced is in alignment with. You're not that person when you're going after things that aren't meant for you. You're not the person that you need to be. But when you understand who you are and you understand the path that you're on and you embrace that, it's like, okay, now you move with progress towards it. Another thing that was really on my mind earlier today was when I woke up, as I laid in my bed, that was also like a negative like thing, a deviation. Like, I don't usually do that. I wake up, regardless of how tired I am, I wake up and I make my bed immediately, and I just go about my day and I walk around until I'm not tired, But I kind of did. I wouldn't say that it was like a negative, but I didn't lay back down in my bed like under the covers, but I did lay down and I was just thinking for a second, But this is why it helps to have a plan, like I was talking about in the video a couple days ago, because having that plan allows me to just wake up and do it on most days. And I'm not perfect, I have days like this, but I want to make sure that even on days like this, I'm conscious of what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And I want to share that with all of you. I want to make sure that even on the days that you're not feeling it, we all have days where we're not feeling it. And I don't think this is even one of those days for me. I think today is going to be a great day. I have a lot that I need to get done today. I just think that I got a little later start than I would have liked to, just because I knew today was going to be a little bit different. I have some appointments later on in the day that I need to, that I have to go through, that kind of like sit in the middle of the day. So I have to make sure that I'm utilizing my time a little bit differently. So it is kind of throwing me off my plan. But thinking about showing up, right? Showing up for myself, even when I don't feel like it. Right. And I'll go as far to say, that's interesting. I'll go as far to say that laying back down for me today, it wasn't it wasn't a loss. It wasn't a negative, because while I was laying there, I was thinking about being this person. I was thinking about what would I do in this moment if I were operating at my highest self. And that's what made me get up and come and make this video, and get up and go make my tea. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, like I did do that. I did check my phone, but I still need to get back focused, and I still need to make sure that I'm doing what it is that I'm supposed to be doing and not deviating from my path. And also, like I was saying, everybody doesn't have good days, but it's still your job to show up and understand what it is that you're doing. With these videos, yes, they're for me, but they're more about you. You know, they're more about you and your life, being the creators that we are, and living a life that is in accordance with our highest self, and maximizing and optimizing our lives. A gentleman said something on a video the other day, and I had seen it, but it was a much needed reminder. He was like, it isn't about you, you know? And I think I've said this or a similar message with a similar sentiment before, but it isn't about you. A tree doesn't consume its own fruit, right? A tree is a gift to those around it. And I know that regardless of how I'm feeling, I have a job. I have a job to come and to serve, and I have things to say, and I have things that need to be said to people who may need to hear them. So even if I'm not having the greatest day, I'm gonna show up, because that's my job. And I think it's kind of selfish if the only way I'm not going to show up is if I absolutely can't show up. You know, if I can't show up, if there are things, if I'm just sick as fuck, you know, then that's okay. I'm still gonna try to show up, but I don't want to allow these emotions and these thoughts that 9 times out of 10 aren't even mine, you know, to cloud the path that it is that I'm on, you know, or get a couple wins and then allow myself the distraction. A gentleman on TikTok the other day, he talked about people rewarding themselves with negativity for being disciplined with positivity. So for example, if you've been saving money, this is the example he used. He said, if you've been saving money all week and then you've allowed yourself the room to splurge at the end of the week as a reward for you saving all week, you're doing a disservice to the progress that you made all week, because you have a negative association with the idea of saving money, which is something that is doing something positive for you. It's benefiting you, saving your money. It's doing something for you, but then you're allowing yourself to splurge the money that you saved as a reward. So now you look at the thing that's good for you as punishment, and you look at the thing that's bad for you as a reward. So you'll never be able to reach that goal, because you look at the things that are necessary for you to reach that goal as punishment. And eventually people just get tired of being punished. You know, you're gonna get tired of being punished, and then you're looking at this as a reward, but it's good for you, and it's bringing you down, and it's chipping away at the ultimate goal, whatever it is that you have for yourself. So start, and I think that's something I've been doing unconsciously, but he really put that video, he really put the topic into perspective. Let me see if I can find his name real quick, because I like giving people credit for like the things that they inspired me with. Let me see if I can find his name. Please don't go out with your friends. His name is Cooking Like AG. Yeah, Cooking Like AG on TikTok. But he said that, and I was like, wow. That's very like profound. And it made me realize, okay, like the reward for hard work is more hard work. I was telling Davon that the other day. I was like, bro, that's something I really want to. That's something I want to make sure that I'm really instilling in my own life. But when it comes to having children in the future, I want them to understand that, or just people in general need to understand that. Like the reward for hard work is more hard work, because the reward you get at the end of success, or when you get success in certain areas, is you unlock a new level, and you unlock new challenges, and you unlock new phases of things that you can accomplish in life. I think the Bible says that's how our days should be spent. Like we should in a sense work until we die, but not work in terms of working at a job that doesn't bring you any fulfillment or serve your purpose. But the work that you have been called to do, you should do that up until you die. You can rest then, but life is meant to be lived in servitude towards that highest purpose, and how you can have a positive impact on the lives of other people, instead of just living for a little bit, or working for a little bit, then relaxing for the rest of your days. But it's like you're not really doing anything at that point. You're not making a contribution. We're here for a finite amount of time. So what is the relaxation really worth? There are moments where you take time to relax and enjoy yourself, and vacation and things like that. But ultimately, while we're here for this short amount of time, we need to be doing something. I think we need to be doing something purposeful up until our last day. Like that's the whole point of it all. Like who says you get to a certain age and you stop doing something that provides value, not only to your life, but to the lives of those around you, because there's always something that can be enhanced, and you've been given a perspective that is valuable, whether you believe it or not. And by you embracing that and you truly believing it, and having the belief that what you're saying and who you are is valuable, you can always make an impact somewhere. And it can be bigger, it can be small, but to put yourself in a position, that's crazy. But to put yourself in a situation where you can add value and you can be valuable to the world by way of the utilization of the gifts that you have, like using the gift that you have, regardless of how you feel. Kobe talks about, I don't care if I'm sick or if I'm hurt a little bit, because people came here to see me so they can be inspired and they can leave with something. For me personally, that's why I love going to concerts. Like when I go see Chris perform, or when I saw Drake perform, or when I go see anybody perform that really inspires me, I leave that concert with a feeling of belief in myself, watching these people that I admire do what it is that they do at such a great level. It inspires me to then go be great on my own, and that's why I do it. And for them to show up for me, because when I'm at these concerts and these events, or when I'm in spaces to where I know that someone else is going to be giving something, it's my experience. It's never a group experience for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like at these spaces, because I often go by myself, so it's my experience, because I feel that I have a direct connection with these people that are inspiring me. When I'm looking at them, I'm like, wow, they did all this for me. So it's my job to then utilize the gifts that I have and give everything that I can for you, because you need it. You need it just as much as I needed it. And I know what it does when people show up despite how they feel, because we're human at the end of the day, but we go through things, we go through challenges that we face, but making sure that we're continuously showing up for one another, it just makes life that more beautiful, and it keeps you on task, and it keeps the purpose at the forefront, and it allows you to go through your day with a little bit more, or a lot more confidence and assurance in self, and assurance in the process, and understanding that you can show up regardless, and there'll be joy from that. You'll get some joy from that. So I just wanted to make this video real quick. I'm not perfect, but I want to make sure that I'm showing up every day. I'm showing up to be the person that I need to be, and be the person that can ultimately help, just doing my part every day and not deviating from my path with a little bit of perceived success. I'm not gonna lie, it was hot yesterday. The sun was out, so I was feeling, good, but I want to make sure that even in those moments where everything is good, is the balance. So the Four Agreements, that was the first book I ever read in 2016, like for real. That was the first book I ever read, like outside of school. And it talks about don't take things personally, which in the context that it gave, what it meant for me is that just stay focused on what it is that you're on. You know, you may have good days, you may have bad days, so you may get a lot of praise. You know, you may get a lot of praise from whatever that may make you feel good, and that may give you room to slack. On the other side, you may get negative feedback, and that may make space for negative thoughts and the thought of, okay, maybe I should give up, or maybe I should da 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 da. But just don't take these things personally. Understand the path that you're supposed to be on, and continue on that path, and just stay focused. You know, keep that, you know what I'm saying, that tunnel vision of where you gotta go, and don't take these things personally, because they can all be used as distractions. You know, sometimes you have to question the intentions of things as well, because some things may be sent to you to throw you off, you know, and it may look like a gift, you know, it may look like it's that, but you have to use discernment, I would say. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I want to make sure that I was utilizing my energy to stay on task. And coming on here, I said I was going to do 5 videos. I was going to make a video every day this week. This may be a double upload, because I just uploaded a video 2 hours ago. So I may just upload this and then do another one tonight, maybe, if that's how I'm feeling. You know, I'm probably gonna go to the gym later. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100. Speaking of like deviating from the like the path and shit, I was gonna go to the gym last night. Cause bro, there's this girl at the gym. And like, I've known her for a while. You know what I'm saying? Every time, like, we be talking a lot more. Like, damn near every time I see her, we talk. We kick it. And like, you know what I'm saying? Just talking it up. And I fuck with her. She cool. You know what I'm saying? She cool. She pretty. And I was gonna go to the gym last night. But I went yesterday morning. I was gonna go to the gym last night, just so I could like see her and talk to her. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. Like, I really wanted to, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that, because I had things that I had to do. I had to work on like stuff for Purple Air and stuff. But I really did want to. But I was like, bro, I can't do that. I can't allow that to take me off my path. Like, I'll see her, you know, and if it's meant to be, then it'll be. You know what I'm saying? I'll go about doing what I need to do to make the best of the situation. But I'm not gonna deviate from what it is that I know I need to do to just go, I don't know, chase something. I just wanted to share that with y'all, because I was packing my bags. I was like, I'm gonna go see her, I'm gonna go talk to her, and I'm gonna just talk to her. We're gonna talk. But then I was like, bro, I'm not gonna do that. I was walking. I had my bag in my hand as I was walking out, because I had to run to the store real quick. I was about to do an Instacart, and I was running to the store, and I was like, bro, if I finish this Instacart real quick, I can get there, I can see her, I can talk to her, I'll ask her on a date or something. But I was like, you know what, bro, I'll see her another time. You know, I have things that are important. You know, I have things that I need to be doing, you know, to stay on my path. And I don't want, because the sun really had me feeling good. But the sun plus my vitamin D vitamins, you know, they had me feeling good. So I was like, no, I'm gonna stay focused, bro. But I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. I don't know. But once again, I'm Nick Johnson, aka your favorite cousin. And if I haven't already, I officially welcome you all to the Purple Era. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.